Assalamu alaikum everyone. Hope you are all fine and doing great. Today we have our guest speaker Dr. Abbas Naqvi with us. He will be discussing about immigration and integration related to Canada and asking and answering all your queries regarding this. So let me welcome our today's guest speaker. Assalamu alaikum sir. How are you?
Walaikum Assalam. I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Sir, I am also good. So sir, today as you know that our session is basically on the immigration and integration, and it will be question answer based. So let's start without any delay with our first question. So sir, the first question is, what are the common pathways to travel to Canada?
So, the most common pathways to travel to Canada include immigration, study, and visit. There is a lesser common way of staying here, which include refugee or statuses, but those are obviously not something someone would default to. So let's consider it primarily as immigration, study, and visit. And the ultimate goal of most people traveling to Canada is to um, settle in Canada and get their PR, which is permanent residence, which eventually leads to citizenship. And all these pathways can can uh, having PR in one way or the other.
Okay, sir. Sir, there is another question. Basically, what are the common professional pathways that you can integrate into Canadian dentistry?
There are basically two pathways. One is a clinical pathway. The other is a non-clinical. So people who want to practice dentistry in Canada, they can do again clinical and non-clinical, and then clinical has two pathways again. So the clinical can be done through equivalence process. They call it the equivalence process, which is through three exams, and then at the end of the day, you get a certification and you get licensed to practice. The second pathway goes through university. So you write the first exam and then go apply universities for admission into advanced placement teachers. And after completing that process, write the last exam. So the middle pathway is processing, and you end up getting again a license to practice based on your education in Canada. So again, just to quickly repeat, two basic major pathways. One is a clinical, one is a non-clinical, which means get into an allied profession. And if you pursue the clinical pathway, you have to pursue it IP, the exam, which is pathway, which is direct licensing, common language, or equivalency process, is the right word. And the other clinical pathway goes through the advanced placement program of the universities. And the other is a non-clinical pathway where you can get into an allied profession, which is anything and everything except being a dentist.
Okay, sir. Sir, there is a third question basically. What are the common problems which are faced by internationally trained dentists in their path to the integration?
So the common problems are basically, first of all, not understanding the first two
the
questions.
first two questions.
Yes, sir.
The
The
not
not
understanding
understanding
the path
the
to
path to
travel,
travel,
not
not
understanding the
understanding
connection
the
between
connection
how
between
the
how
dynamics
the
between how
dynamic
you
between
travel
how
to
you
heaven
travel
and
to
what you do
what you
are basically
are
two separate
basically two
problems.
separate problems.
People tend to treat
People
them as
tend to
one
treat
problem.
them as one
They're not
problem. They're not
just two separate problems
separate problems
because they're not
because they're not
able to
able to
as far as the
as far as
process
the
is concerned.
process.
The second major
The
problem
second
is not
major problem
understanding
is not
the
understanding the
professional integration
professional
processes,
integration processes,
options, rather.
options, rather.
And the third is
And the
not
third is
understanding
not understand
how these
how
two
these
work with
two
one another,
work with one another,
how they relate to
how
one
they
another,
relate to one another,
and then not
and
understanding
then not understanding
how these relate
how
to
these relate
your
to
life,
your life,
because it is very
because it
easy
is very
to see
easy
the process on
to
paper.
process on paper.
How does it
How
unfold
does it unfold
when you,
when
for
you,
example,
for example,
if I tell you
if I tell you
um, it
um,
snows a lot
it snows a lot
Yes, sir.
and
and
you
you
never seen
never seen
snowfall,
snowfall,
you might never
you
have
might
lived in
never
a
have
place.
lived in a
I'm not talking about
not
visiting for one
visiting
day or
for one
3 days,
or
talking about living there.
about living there.
So if you've never
Okay, sir.
lived in a place
So
that
if
has
you've never lived in a place that has
snowfall,
snowfall,
regular snowfall,
regular
severe winters, I can tell you
winters,
everything about
I
it.
can tell you everything about it.
You will not
You will
learn
not learn
the experience.
the
You will not
experience.
learn a
You will
few
not
things.
learn a few things.
Mm.
So I
Yes,
can
sir.
So I
only
can
tell you
only
about
you about
black ice
black
and how
ice
it
and how it
people, how it
people,
affects
how it
driving.
affects driving.
You will not
You will not
learn a few
learn
things
a few
unless
things
you experience,
unless you experience,
Yes, sir. That's
or
true.
or
or you,
or
or
you,
unless
or
someone
unless
who has
someone who has
explains it in
experienced
that
it
depth
at
and
that
detail.
depth.
Yes, sir.
And you must also
And
be
you must
willing
also
to
be willing to
listen and understand.
listen and understand.
The problem
The
with
problem
people
with
when they're
people when
asking
they're
questions
asking questions
before coming to
before
Canada
coming to Canada,
is when you tell them
when you tell
something,
them something,
they don't
they don't
um,
um,
accept it.
accept it.
They don't understand
They
a
Okay.
don't
few things.
understand a few things.
If
If
you, for
you,
example,
for example,
choose to move, you live
choose
in
to move,
Islamabad,
you
right?
live in Islamabad, right?
Yes, sir. I live in Islamabad.
If you choose
If
to
you
move
choose to
to
move to
a very
a
small
very
town
small town
Mm.
of,
of,
say, for example, Khyber
say, for
Pakhtunkhwa.
example, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa.
Yes, sir.
Now, that's a
Now,
place where the
that's a
culture is
place where
different,
the culture is different,
Yes, sir. Totally right.
and the
and the
infrastructure will be different.
infrastructure will be
Every
different.
people will be
Every
different.
people will be different.
Yes, sir. True.
But
But
when you move there,
when you
you
move
they
there,
come
you
across
they
the
come across the
realities,
realities,
the ground
the
realities.
reality.
Okay, sir.
You will plan for the
You
site.
plan for the
You
site.
have to recognize
You
that
have to
when
recognize
you
that
move to a very
when you
small
move to a
place,
very
many
small place,
dynamics change, and so on and so forth.
and so on and
So
so forth. So
that's the most important
that's the
part.
most important
Understand
part. Understanding
what are the ground
or the
realities,
ground realities,
accepting, and then planning accordingly.
then planning accordingly.
Mm. Sir, can you check your mic once? There is a complaint from our viewers that there is double voice. I check on my side. You can also check on your side. Uh, in your cam mic option, there will be like audio. You can shift or change your mic and click an option of echo cancellation if that is.
It is checked, but
It is
I
checked,
will
but I will
change
change
to
to
uh,
uh,
I'll try to change it to
I'll try
the
to change
laptop
to
mic.
the laptop mic.
Okay, sir. I hope so. Now it will be great. There was a little bit
But
echo.
you can
But
also hear the echo.
you can also hear the echo.
Sir, listened just for a minute, then it was right. Now it is good. There is no echo.
Uh,
Uh,
can,
and
Yes, sir.
and do you hear an echo?
do you hear any?
No, sir.
You know what? I am hearing
You
an
know
echo.
what? I am hearing an echo.
Person who is
Mm,
complaining, can you
Person who
double
is
check with
complaining,
them
can you
again?
double check with them? Yeah.
just 1 second, sir.
I will try
Uh,
changing
I will
my.
try changing my.
Can you hear me
yes, sir.
clearly?
Really?
Sir, your voice is very much low.
Low. Okay.
No.
Um, okay. Hold on.
Mm, mm.
No, sir. There is a echo. A little bit. Your
There's an
voice is
echo.
now very
There's
much
an
high.
echo.
Yes, sir.
I used two
I
headsets
used
and
two
now
headsets
I
and now
just
I
removed everything.
just removed everything. Once again.
Again.
No, sir. I hear no echo.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Now it's great. I am listening your voice clear. Sir, moving towards our next question. Sir, let us know that is it true that Canadian dentistry license exam is expensive and it's how much course?
Very good question. Uh,
Very good question. Uh,
Farooq, suppose you have
Farooq, suppose you have
100,000 rupees with you
100,000 rupees with you
Yes, sir.
and you're buying something
and
that is
you're
worth
buying something that is worth
10,000 rupees.
10,000 rupees.
Okay, sir.
Is that
Is that
expensive?
expensive?
Sir, it's expensive.
No, like you have
No,
100,000
like
rupees
you have 100,000 rupees
and you're
100,000.
buying
Okay.
and
you're buying something that is worth
buying something
10,000.
that is worth 10,000.
No, sir. Then it's not expensive.
Now, if you have 500
Now, if
rupees
you have 500 rupees
Okay, sir.
and you're buying the
and
same thing
you're buying the same
of
thing
10,000,
of 10,000,
I did. If it's possible, it is great. But if it's
it
not
becomes
possible,
expensive.
it becomes expensive.
yes, sir.
So that's a subjective
So
question.
that's a subjective question.
Hmm.
So
Yes.
there are
So there
two
are
realities
two realities
that you need to understand to
that you need
answer
to
that
understand
question.
to answer that question.
Uh,
Yes, sir.
First of all,
Uh,
let me say
First of
yes,
all, let me say
slightly it
yes,
is expensive,
slightly expensive,
Okay.
but
but it's
but
not unaffordable.
it's not unaffordable.
The cost
Yes,
of
sir.
the
The
process
cost of the process
does not make it
does not
impossible
make it impossible
because
because
I'll tell you why.
I'll tell you why.
You are
You are
calculating
calculating
the cost
cost
by converting it in Pakistani rupees.
by converting it in Pakistani rupees.
Yes, sir.
Plus, you are calculating it on
Plus,
the
you are
assumption
calculating it on the
that
assumption
you will have to spend the whole
Yes.
that
money
you will have
together.
to spend the whole money
Subconsciously,
together.
subconsciously, that's the
Hmm.
assumption. I need to have this much money,
Subconsciously, that's the assumption. I need to have this much money.
Yes, sir.
and both are wrong,
And both are wrong,
right?
Hmm.
You understand
Okay.
it? Both assumptions are wrong.
right?
Yes, sir.
Understand it? Both assumptions are wrong.
So
Both are wrong. Yes, sir. Wrong.
yeah, because you
So,
have to understand first that this process will take you 2 years,
yeah,
at least 2 years.
because you have to understand first that this process will take you 2 years, at least 2 years.
Okay.
Okay, and over this 2 years, you
Just
will
to
have to
qualify for the test.
okay,
Okay, sir.
And
completing the process.
over these 2 years, you will have
So,
to
what will happen is that you will have to spend
completing the process.
money
Okay.
in in phases.
So, what will happen is that
So most
you will have to
likely,
spend money
most likely,
in
you
phases.
need to have
Yes,
with
sir.
you
So
only
most
the
likely,
monies required for the
most
first
likely,
step.
you need to have with you only the monies required for the first step.
Okay.
Okay. So after that, you will have two
Then we
options.
can move on step by step.
After that,
You will
you
have
will
two
have
options.
two options.
Obviously, you will be earning
You will have two
in
options.
dollars when
Obviously,
you
you
come
will be
here.
earning in dollars when you come here.
Okay.
Secondly, if you are a permanent
Secondly,
resident,
if you are a
you can
permanent resident,
access
you can
loans
access loans
to pursue this
to
process.
pursue this process.
That's
So,
great.
so
So,
that's not
so
something
that's
people should
not
worry
something
as much
people should worry as
about,
much about,
as they should be
as
worrying
they should be worrying
about
about
getting the other things right,
getting the other things right,
being more
being
committed,
more committed,
being
being
uh,
uh,
ready for
ready for
any ups and downs,
any ups and downs,
and
and
focusing on what's
focusing
needed,
on what's needed,
how to
how to
adjust self
adjust
to the
self
environment,
to the environment,
to adapt to the
to
needs
adapt
of
to the
completing the
needs of
process. Those are
completing
more
the
important.
process. Those are more important.
Okay, sir. Sir, moving towards our next question, is there any scholarship available for the international students who want to uh, get migration in Canada and study further?
I think for the
I think for the
scholarships, the
scholarships,
government should have
government
programs
should
that
have
sort an
programs
area of
that
my
sort an
expertise.
area of my expertise.
Hmm.
So, if the
So
government of Pakistan
the
has some
government of Pakistan
scholarships,
has some scholarships,
or has some
or has some
understanding between the
understanding
universities
between
here,
the universities here.
let me tell you one thing:
Let
the
me tell you one
competition
thing:
is
the
really high,
competition is really high,
Okay.
and there are so many
and
other
there
options
are so many other options
when it comes to coming to Canada.
when it
Now,
comes
let's
to
go back to
coming
the
to Canada.
first
Now let's go back to
question
the first question,
where we asked
where we asked
how can people
how
come to
can
Canada?
people come to
Because
Yes, sir.
that's the objective.
that's the objective.
Everything else is
Everything
secondary.
else is
People want
secondary. People
to
want to
move to
move
first world,
to first world,
and
and
that's why they do it.
that's
And
why they do it. And
let me see if I can
let
pull up
me
a
see if I
slide
can pull up a slide
so that
so that
part.
the
I
part
was
that I was
give me 1 second.
giving one second.
Okay, share my screen.
Shit.
Can you see my screen?
Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is what I mean, Farouk.
So this is what I mean for
Look at the
look at the
status.
status.
Yes, sir.
And there are two things we're
And
talking
there are
about:
two things. We're talking
professional
about
integration,
professional integration,
and we're talking about
and we're
status.
talking about status.
So, if
So
you talk
if you
about
talk about
status,
status,
this is
Yes, sir.
this is
your
your
how do we call it? This is
how
your
do we call it? This is your
status in that.
status in that.
Can
Okay.
can can
Can
you read
you
this slide for
read
me,
this
please?
slide for me, please?
Sir, irrigation, that
Immigration.
is little immigration. Yes, sir.
Did you go to an
Did
endo
you go to an
lecture
endo lecture
recently?
recently?
Uh, no, sir.
I thought that's where
I thought
your
that's where your
irrigation comes from.
irrigation comes from.
Oh yeah, yes sir. Sorry sir. Recently I had exam of endo, so I thought it is from irrigation.
Okay, so yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Immigration.
Then we have a student,
Yeah,
and then we have visitor,
visitor.
and yes sir. And next we have work permit.
Yes, okay.
Yes,
So you
okay.
can be
So
in
you can
Canada
be
in
in
one of
Canada
these
in
four
one of these
categories.
four categories.
And
Okay sir.
And
the next step,
the next
as you
step,
can see,
as you can
uh,
see,
please go through
uh,
the
please go through the
next step of
next
the
step
blue line.
of the blue line
Blue line sir. The immigration has PR.
Directly.
Then
directly.
yes sir. WP, student,
This
and
work
PR.
permit.
Work
So
permit.
student has to get
So
Work
work
permit.
student
permit
has to get work permit
Okay sir.
to continue their
to
stay,
continue their stay,
right? And then
Okay.
after their work permit, if they have
if
fulfilled
they
the
have
requirements,
fulfilled the requirement,
they can get a PR.
they can get a PR.
Okay.
That's great.
Okay.
Now, if
Yes sir.
someone is
Now,
teaching,
if someone is teaching,
one of the things they can do
one of the
is get
things
a
they can do is get it
in a program,
in a
and
program,
then it will
and
lead
then
to
it will
a
lead
work
to
permit,
a work permit,
and then
and
eventually
then
PR.
eventually PR.
Okay, that's great.
So you see that there
So you
are
see that there are
at least these three
at least
major
these three major
pathways to
pathways
get to the
to get
PR.
to the PR.
Hmm. Yes
All
sir.
right, everyone
All
will
right,
get to the
everyone
PR,
will
but
get to the
it's
PR
just to a different path.
to a different path.
Yes sir.
And on your
And
right is
on
the
your right
professional
is the
integration,
professional activity,
Yes
which
sir.
means whether you
which
want
means
to
whether you want to
clinical clinical practice
clinical
or you
practice
want to get
or you
into
want to get
an
into
alternate
an
career.
alternate career.
Okay.
So this
So
mostly
this mostly
why I have
why
this.
I have this
This mostly
this
comes
mostly
from
comes from
this,
this,
Student. Yes sir.
right? You
right?
you you can
You can
go to Canada as a
go to
student,
Canada as a student,
Okay.
study something
study something
Hmm.
non-clinical,
non-clinical,
Okay. Yes sir.
end up in a
end up
permanent
in a
allied career,
permanent allied career,
or
Yes sir.
or
Okay.
or
or
you can go
you
to
can
Canada
go to
through this
Canada
way
through this way
or this way
or this
or,
way
or any way,
or any way,
and you can
and
study something
study
and
something
use it
and
as
use
a
it
temporary
as a
allied
temporary
career.
allied career,
So
Okay.
either as a permanent
either as a
or as a
permanent
temporary
or as a temporary
while you pursue
while
your
you pursue
clinical
your
pathway.
pathway.
So that is
Sure.
So that
generally
is generally
um, how it works for
how it
students,
works for students,
and mostly
and
you
mostly
can pick from
you can
some
pick
college
from some
programs,
college programs,
some university
some
programs
university programs
to pick
to pick
this
this
study
study
visa
visa
as your path
as
to
your
going to
path to
Canada.
going to Canada.
So it does not
So
have
it
to.
does not have
It does not have to be the
it does
thing
not
that
have to
you
be the
will
thing that you will
do for the rest of your
do for
life
the
in
rest of
Canada.
your life in
Consider
Canada.
it just as your
Consider
visa.
it just as your visa.
Yes sir.
Suppose if you are
Suppose if you
applying for a
are
program in
applying for a
healthcare
program in
management,
healthcare management,
Hmm.
it's just a
Okay
one-year
sir.
it's just
program
a 1 year program
or a two-year
or a
program,
2 year program,
and you are just
and you
using
are
that
just
program
using that program
as your visa
as
to
your
go to
visa
Canada.
to go to Canada.
Yes
It
sir.
doesn't mean that
It
you will
doesn't
become
mean that
a
you
healthcare
will become
manager
a
and
healthcare
practice that
manager and practice
your
that
life.
your
Once
life.
you're in Canada,
Once you're in
you
Canada,
finish the
you
program,
finish the
you
program,
can
you
start
can
your
start your
clinical
clinical
process.
process.
Simple.
Practice. Yes.
Simple.
Okay, sir. Sir, it was a very great presentation. Sir, let me know this thing too. How much this is hard for simple BDS student who has done his completed his graduation and done his work, his what do you say that sir?
Our job.
Job, house job. Yes, sir. House job. He has completed house job. Then he applies for Canadian license exam. So how much it's hard, and what is the basically difficulty level of the entry test of Canadian dentistry license exam?
Um,
Um,
Good question.
Good
Difficult
question.
question. because again,
because
it is subjective.
again, it is subjective.
The process
The
is
process is
structured
structured
in a certain
in a
way,
certain way,
so that
so that
I would say that
I
the
would say
overall
that the
success rate
overall success rate
of the whole
of the
process
whole
from beginning
process
to
from
end
beginning
is
to end
somewhere
is
around
somewhere
an
around
estimate
an
65%, 60 to
65%, 60 to
65%,
65%,
which is
Okay.
pretty good for
which is pretty
these
good
kind of
for these kind of
processes.
processes.
And
And
because fresh
fresh
graduates are
graduates are
fresh in their
fresh
knowledge,
in their knowledge.
it is
Yes,
actually
sir.
It
slightly
is actually
easier for
slightly
them
easier for them
than someone who's
than
been in the
someone who's
profession
been
for
in the
15
profession
years,
for
20
15
years.
years, 20 years.
It's a bit more
It's a bit
difficult
more
to
difficult to
for, go back
for,
to the
go back to the
books and the
books
study
and the
environment
study
for
environment
those
for
people.
those people.
So I would say
So
it's a
I
bit
would
easier
say
for
it's a
newer
bit
graduates.
easier for your graduate.
The problem that
The
newer
problem
graduates
that
face
your graduates
is
face
they
is
don't
they
usually
don't usually
always qualify
always
for
qualify
immigration.
for immigration.
So they
Hmm.
may have
Yes,
to
sir.
So they may have
a
to
student
a
path
student path
to go to Canada.
to go
And
to Canada.
the
And
other thing is
the
that
other thing
the
is that
student
the
pathway
student
is
pathway is
better and
better
easier
and easier
for a fresh
for
graduate.
a fresh graduate.
Okay. So, student pathway will be a better choice when you are planning to go for Canadian license exam.
If you don't qualify
If you
for
don't qualify for
immigration.
immigration.
Okay. Okay, sir.
And we will be
And
coming up,
we
you
will
see,
be
at
coming up
side,
at
we
site.
will, we are expanding
We are
our
expanding our
scope of services
scope of
and
services and
what we can do to
what
help
we can
people.
do to help people.
And shortly, we
And
will be
shortly,
announcing
we will
some
be announcing
new
some
developments
new
on that front
developments on that front
that will go one
that
step
will go
further
one step
in
further
helping
in helping
ITDs come to
uh,
Canada and integrate
ITDs come to
professionally.
Canada and integrate.
Mm, thank you, sir. That's very great. Sir, last question. Let us know a little bit about credit hours because this is a little bit separate question, but the importance of credit hours, what is internationally acceptable? You could say that how much credit hour matters. Do let me know about that.
Before you get into
Before
practice,
you get
zero.
into practice, zero.
Zero. Okay.
It doesn't matter. No.
It doesn't matter.
However, continuing
However,
education matters.
Yes, sir.
continuing education matters.
Two different things.
Okay. After
You
like
you don't
Things.
you don't
yes, sir.
have to
You don't have to
measure or count your
measure
credit
or
hours,
count your credit
but
hours,
having a
Mm,
good continuing
having a good
education
continuing education
profile or portfolio
profile
of
or
having attended
portfolio of having
courses
attended courses
always helps.
always.
And I
And
am just
I am just
quickly walk through a
quickly walk
couple of
through a
slides.
couple of slides.
yes, sir.
Here,
Sure.
Here
it's an expansion of
is an
the allied
expansion of
career
the allied
pathways.
career pathways.
Um,
Yes, sir.
Text is, I think,
Text is, I
small.
think,
It
small.
might
It
not
Yes, sir.
be readable,
Yes, sir. Is
readable,
yes, sir. Is
but
very small.
I just give you a
but I
gist of it
give you a
because
gist of it
I
because
can
I
probably
can
send this
probably
to anyone
send this
who
to
wants it.
anyone who wants it.
What it does is
What it does
it
is
shows you
shows
about 10
you about
rows.
10
One of the
rows.
very
One
common
of the very
questions we
common
get
questions
is
we get
what can I
is
do
what can I do
besides being a
besides
dentist
being a
within dentistry?
dentist within dentistry?
These are
Yes,
10
sir.
roles
These are
that you
10
can
roles
perform.
that you can perform.
And
And
this is what
this
you need
is
to
what you need to do,
do, how you need to
how
study.
you need to study.
As I said, I can send it
As I said,
to
I can
anyone who
send
needs
it
it.
to anyone who
And
needs
then,
it.
well, will
And
it
then,
benefit
will
you
it benefit
in
you
getting advanced
getting
placement,
advanced
etc.?
placement, etc.?
And whether this
And whether this
is a
is
regulated
a
route or not.
regulated route or not.
So regulated
So
means there are
regulated
some
means there are
regulatory
some
requirements that
regulatory
you need
requirements
to meet,
that you
and
need to meet.
unregulated
And
means there is no
unregulated
mandatory
means there is no mandatory
requirements. So
requirement. So
this is a
this
comparison
is a
of
comparison of
the two clinical
the
pathways.
two clinical pathways.
So remember, I told you
So
about
remember, I told you
pathways.
about
One is clinical, one
pathways.
is non-clinical.
Clinical one is non-clinical.
Non-dentistry path. So
Non-dentistry
this
path.
is a
This is
non-clinical
a
chart.
non-clinical chart.
and this is the
Okay, sir.
clinical chart. Okay, so
Sir,
this is the
this is the
yes, sir. Sir, there is a question from our audience that can you tell the difference between BDS and DDS? Because mostly the people here in Pakistan and from the Asia do graduation in BDS. So whenever we heard like DDS degree name, so we don't are not very much familiar with this word or about this. So can you
DDS is
differentiate?
DDS is
just another name for
another name for
BDS. It's the same thing.
BDS.
You can get a
You
DDS in
can get a
Iran also,
DDS in Iran also,
Okay, sir.
and you can get a
and
DMD
you can get a
in
DMD
Canada also.
in Canada also.
Yes, sir.
So it's just an
So it's
BDS,
just an
DMD,
BDS,
DTS,
DMD,
everything
DTS,
is the same.
everything is the same.
Okay, sir.
The name
Sir,
shouldn't be just
I,
North American name for that degree.
Name for that degree.
okay, sir. Thank you, sir, for your time, for your precious time that you gave us, and it was a very great and helpful question answer session with you. I hope so. It was helpful for our audience and all our
Thank you
viewers
for
too.
thank
Thanks a
you
lot.
for picking
Yes, sir.
this up. But
Picking
just
this up.
before we conclude,
But
I
just
just want to
before we
show
conclude,
this
I just want to show this
important slide.
important
Um,
slide.
Sure, sir.
can you see
this?
this?
Can
Yes.
you see this?
So
Yes.
this is the
Yes, sir.
answer to your
This is the answer to
detailed
your
answer to your earlier
answer
questions.
to your earlier.
You asked about
You asked about
differences about the cost, right?
about the cost, right?
Here's the
Yes, sir.
difference
Here's the
in the
difference
two
in the
pathways
two
in their
pathways
cost.
in their cost.
See here, Farooq.
See
This
here
is
for
$50,000.
$50,000.
Yes, sir.
This is
This
the
is
answer to
the
your
answer
cost
to your
question.
cost
But
question.
here is
But
the breakdown.
here is the
First,
breakdown.
first you need only
First, you need
5,000,
only
right?
5,000, right?
Yes, sir.
You don't need
You don't
50,000.
need
You need
50,000.
five.
You need five.
So that makes it
So that
affordable.
makes it affordable.
And then in the
Okay, sir.
Then
university
in the
process,
university process,
you need a lot
you
more.
need a lot more.
But the bank
Yes, sir.
But
provides
the
you the
bank
loan.
provides you the loan.
And this is the
Yes, sir.
difference
And this
between
is the difference
the equivalency
the
process and the
equivalency process
in terms of
in terms
their
of their
characteristics.
characteristics. No?
Equivalency is valid
Equivalency is valid
only
only
it is less overall
less
cost.
overall cost.
It can be
It
completed
can be
in
completed
a shorter time,
shorter time, relative,
except for the COVID
except for the
environment.
COVID environment
Certain,
and
and some people may not actually
may
ever,
not actually ever.
but the overall
But the
window
overall window of
wider
wider
because it can
because
accommodate
it can accommodate what
the advanced
the
placement
advanced
for
placement
university
the
is
university
internationally
is
accepted.
internationally accepted.
It has a high overall
Has a
cost,
high overall cost.
but you cannot finish
You
it from
cannot
the
finish
student.
it from
It will take the
It
time,
will take the
like
time,
3 to 4 years you
3 to
need
4 years
to
you
get
need
that
to get
completed. You cannot finish
you
it
cannot
sooner.
finish it sooner.
And but once you
And
get
but
in,
once you get in,
each is pretty
each
much
pretty
guaranteed.
much guaranteed.
And the window of
And the window
opportunity
of
is slightly narrowed
slightly
because less than
narrowed
100
because less than
people get
100 people
entry
get
every year.
every year.
Uh,
Uh,
yeah, so
Okay,
I
sir.
think if you're planning, you can save some time. And when people are serious about it, they can
serious about
actually
it, they can actually
reach out to us
reach
and we
out
can
to
help
us and we can help
them.
uh,
And we'll be happy
and
to
we'll be happy
help
to
them with it.
help them
Our
with it.
website is
Our website is
sideonline.ch,
www.cide
www.cide.line. We are
we
on
are on
Facebook, uh,
Facebook,
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
However you reach us,
However,
I am personally available
I
on
am
all
personally
social
available on
media
all
platforms,
social media
and
platforms,
we can be reached out
we can be reached out
for questions and any help that people
for.
might need. And if you, I think I can share. I'm not sure. We don't have any. If I can post a comment,
That
will it
people
show up?
and
On
if you, I think I can share. I'm not sure. We don't have any. If I can post a comment, will it show up?
Yes, sir. It will show up. You have, sir. Let me share it in the live chat, sir. There will be option of comments. You can share in that as well.
okay.
Let me, sir. I have posted. Let me share it. move a banner as well, so that if anyone wants to join it later, he or she can see it
I
as well.
will, and I will also do one more thing. If you can, this is probably much better. I will pull up the um, slide, the contact slide, and I can share the contact information. Right? One sec.
Yes, sir.
Reading view. Oh, sorry. One more. Okay. So here you go. Contact details.
Yes, sir. It's visible.
Okay, perfect. So anyone who needs to reach us can take a screenshot and reach us through any of these platforms we have.
Okay, sir. Sir, thank you very much again for your precious time and being here on such a holiday day, as it's holidays everywhere. So thanks a lot for being here and clearing out a lot of our queries and discussing a very good webinar. Thank you very much, sir. I hope
Thank you.
we will
Thank you for
inshallah
hosting this
have
forum.
such more such session. Yes, sir. Welcome,
Thank you.
sir. Thank you, sir. Khuda Hafiz.
Take care. Allah Hafiz.